Good morning. Welcome to Blissful Breakfast with Breegs. Ooh, baby. It's a glorious day today, as usual. Yesterday, we talked about the power of thoughts and words and how they can change your physiology and your brain chemistry and how your mind imprints the words that you say, and it will act on them. Today, I want to carry on with that and talk about happy thoughts. Something that really helps me to have a blissed out freaking day is realizing the ability to choose your thoughts and to periodically throughout the day, as much as I can, think of a happy thought, a thought that leaves me feeling a wave of bliss. You know, you ever get those thoughts or those things where you just think about, oh my gosh, I'm going to see, freaking Avengers 2 in the theaters tomorrow. I am stoked. You just get this wave of like tinglies. Or maybe you're getting your morning coffee and it's just a freaking triple espresso shots with your latte, whipped cream on the top and little cinnamon or whatever gets your juices flowing, and you just get jacked about it. Or maybe you hear music, maybe some nostalgia music, or a movie, a show, a video game, or maybe you have like a new date, or freaking boyfriend proposed to you, or just something, and it could be this tiniest things. Maybe you see some art and you just get excited, or something you love doing. You go like snowshoeing, or you do like some underwater basket weaving, and that just gets your juices flowing. And for me, it's like drawing. Sometimes I'll just draw, or I love creating worlds and characters and environments, and doing kind of these abstract landscape drawings. Sometimes I just just get lost in it, or lately it's been creating a card game. I just get hammered, just feel just fun, but there's this wave of bliss, this happy thought. And as much as you can during the day, for me, I try to focus on like summoning up these thoughts, summon them up. Shoot, I was gonna wear my wizard hat. We'll get it tomorrow. But if you've seen the movie Hook, like Peter Pan, right? Like, happy thoughts, Peter. Peter can't fly. That's part of the equation, the fairy dust, and you need to have a happy thought and hold it in your mind in order to fly. And, that's a freaking metaphor right there for life. Like, if you're not focusing on happy thoughts, man, you're going to be walking. I want to be flying, right? Bangarang. Peter, you're doing it. You're doing it, Peter. Think of a happy thought, Peter. You're doing it. Bangarang. Yeah. We think of like 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And apparently like 90% of those are the same thoughts as yesterday. And perhaps a lot of them are just bullshit. Maybe there's crappy thoughts. Like, oh my God, I'm late. I'm mad. I'm mad at that person, my neighbor. They didn't do that. Joe forgot my birthday. I got home late and blah, blah, blah. And Sammy doesn't like me. And Tommy left a negative comment on my Facebook. And, you just kind of start dwelling on all these external circumstances and things in your life. But, okay, so here it is. So as often as you can during the day, once an hour, at minimum, or it doesn't matter, maybe once a day, choose a happy thought, something that feels good. Like for me, something that helps simulate the happy thoughts is the Morrowind soundtrack, like Elder Scrolls, like Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. It's a video game that I used to play, and the soundtrack is really good, and it hits that nostalgia button. So when I listen to that music, I just I just get happy. And so as often as I can, I'll listen to music like that, or think of a thought of something inspiring. Maybe it's traveling somewhere, going somewhere new, seeing mountains. Maybe it's starting a business, or like creating something, or a finished piece of artwork, or whatever that thought is. I just try to hold it in my mind and feel the feeling of that thought, feel the feeling of happiness. Because when we capture those positive thoughts and we feel a feeling that's elevated, it's going to trigger our brain, our neurochemistry, to reduce cortisol, reduce stress, increase dopamine, and in turn, we'll lower inflammation. We'll be out of our fight or flight response. Our body's going to calm down, reduce inflammation. It's going to start its repair centers going again. and it's going to switch on and off our genes. And so we're going to just start feeling better, start getting better. It's imperative that we think and hold these happy thoughts captive because it changes our physiology. Yes. I feel like that's what, like if you think of like power posing, right? Have you ever heard the studies on power posing where you stand in this like a Wonder Woman pose for 2 minutes, and then it increases your testosterone, dopamine, and reduces cortisol. Same thing. Our body doesn't know, our brain doesn't know the difference, whether you're thinking of something and it's real or it's just in your brain, or whether you're pretending to be in a powerful posture. I mean, you are, but it's not like you won some victory. You're just doing this pose, but your brain thinks it's real. Think of, like sex or masturbation. Like if you think of doing that, your brain doesn't know the difference. It's just like, oh, okay. And it just starts doing the things, getting blood flowing and all that stuff. So we can manipulate and hack our brain to do what we want it to do. And so if we're able to like capture our thoughts, take them captive, hold on to them, start like feeding in those fun moments, doing as many things we can during the day to be happy, to trigger that overwhelming bliss that like, whew, oh yeah, like that's fun, so get that extra coffee, that helps. Listen to that song, constantly think of those things that you excited. I'm jacked about like going on a trip to Colorado this year. Like, ooh, man, hey, maybe I'd like to live in Colorado. Just like start thinking of things that get me stoked. Yes. And, if you can't, if you feel bad, like that's okay. If you have a hard time getting those happy thoughts, like it's okay. There's no shame or judgment in not feeling happy or not summoning those happy thoughts. No shame, no judgment, no condemnation. That's a valid experience to have, is to feel anger, feel stressed, to feel low, to feel whatever. But my thing is like, okay, that's great. Feel crappy. You got to feel that feeling. You can't stuff it down. But then what? How long are you going to do that? So I'll give myself a few minutes or 5 minutes. Maybe you have to give yourself a whole day just to write off the day, shit day, boom, and accept it. And that's fine. Accept those times. It's part of the human experience, is to feel crappy, is to feel low and feel separate from divinity. It's kind of a fun experience, right? It's weird. I mean, it's messed up from our perspective, but ultimately, it's kind of fun. It's weird. It's interesting. So that's okay. All those things are okay. But as much as you can, shift back in, choose your thoughts. You can choose your thoughts. Thoughts don't just happen to you. And they kind of do. Thoughts kind of just roll in, but you can still choose where to direct them, where do they go. You can choose a thought. You have the power to do that. You can choose a good thought. And then that good thought is going to change your actions. It's going to change your biochemistry. It's going to change your body. It's going to start shifting everything. Your brain, your reticular activating system's going to go, oh, okay, he's feeling good. He's going, okay, we're going to start looking for good things. We're going to start proving his feeling in his life, because our feelings, what we are feeling in the present, is a reflection of our past thoughts, our past emotions and beliefs. So whatever's happening right now is a reflection of the past. So you can choose right now how to change your future. It's fun. It's weird. But I mean, that's what gets me jacked up during the day. And what's helped me to stay at a higher level is like, oh man, if I start feeling stupid thoughts, or you just start realizing your brain is going in a downward spiral, thinking about stupid things. How long am I going to be in quarantine? How long am I going to and then just stop and be like, wait, nope, I'm in control. I can choose a thought right now. And that thought is going to change my neurochemistry, and that's going to start having positive effects on my body. So I'm just going to choose a thought. And if it's hard to choose a thought, get something external to facilitate that thought. Get a music, a song. I'll start listening to Coheed and Cambria, or the Elder Scrolls soundtracks, or freaking Lord of the Rings soundtracks. Get some Enya, just like to help, or look at some art, or go on a walk. There's hacks in life to help get your brain in that spot so it can trigger a memory. And it can start feeling happy, and then you want to keep that as long as you can. I think there's the possibility for us to always be in that feeling, to more often than not be in that happy state of feeling those good feelings and thinking of happy things, and then our body's just going to respond in kind. Enya, yeah, dude, Enya. She's got something glory going on. I got to bust out today. So put on your Enya and watch Hook again. Think of that happy thought so you can fly. Bangarang. All right. Thank you, guys. You have a beautiful day. You have the power to choose your thoughts, to choose your happy thoughts, and to push aside those negative thoughts. And if they come in, accept yourself, love those thoughts. They're okay. Those thoughts aren't you. Okay? Your identity is not in your thoughts. Whatever crazy thoughts you have, they're not yours. They're the planet's. Like, everyone gets the same thoughts. It's okay. Just let them go. Pick your own thought. Pick whatever. It's a pick your own adventure game, right? And know that you have the capacity to do that. You have the power to do that. You're an infinite, immortal, cosmic, all-powerful being. So, start acting like it. And if you don't feel like that, that's fine, because ultimately you're choosing not to feel like that. Sorry, I'm getting deep down the rabbit hole. All right, have a beautiful day, a lovely day. You're amazing. You're capable. I think today is going to be phenomenal. It's just absolutely one of the best days of this week. So get yourself some breakfast. I got some cold press mixed with some MCT oil and some 4-sigmatic mushrooms. Treat yourself today, all right? Love you. Take care.